Narcissistic abuse and love bombing cycle. In this video, we are going to talk about something very serious that a lot of us have probably experienced once or twice in our life. We're going through it right now. And I hope this video can bring you the comfort that you're looking for, as I will definitely dive in and give that to you. If this is your first time visiting, I welcome you to click that subscribe button so you can get up-to-date notifications on videos that I post, just like this and other ones as well. My name is Apollonia Ponti. I'm a dating, relationship, and attraction coach, and I teach men how to attract high-value women and also live a high-value life. Now, here's what the cycle of narcissistic abuse and love bombing together will look like, okay? Love bombing, remember, is like an intense passion. It's an immense amount of flattery. It's immense amount of patterns of love. So the person desires closeness. The person is saying all the right things. The person is saying to you, you're his soulmate or her soulmate. She wants you to be around all the time, and she's really just love bombing you and giving you everything you want to hear. Love bombers typically rely on this phase because they want to build that attraction. They want to build that connection. They want to build that cord that's going to keep you there and sustain and some intimacy and some trust with you. So what they do is they kind of hinder on your empathy, and they'll tell you maybe sob stories here and there about them, make you feel bad so you stick around every once in a while, but then love bomb you with other things, right? So then they go into what a stage when we go into the narcissistic pattern of abuse with love bombing is they start to devalue the love in a sense, opposed to love bombing. So you're going to notice that they'll love bomb you in the beginning, but then they take back the love in a sense, like as a punishment. So they get cold with you. Maybe they criticize you. Maybe they become passive aggressive. They can also put you down in regards to devaluing you. Typically when it's in the beginning stages, it's going to be like light put downs. It'll be more passive aggressive, lighter passive aggressives instead of like very eager, well-known passive aggressive criticism as well. This will typically happen the more you blossom in a relationship with them, because what they'll do here in the beginning is they will definitely try to poke a little bit to see how far they can go with this. And so they're testing with the devaluing phase. So once they love bomb you, typically a narcissist, with something doesn't go their way, they'll then devalue or punish them with holding back their love. Or they can use this in a sense of gaslighting. So they'll use this to hurt you. Well, I told you my deepest, darkest secrets, and this is the way that you treat me when you only went out with a friend to dinner and came back at 10 p.m., right? So because there's extreme jealousy as well in gaslighting. And so it can make you feel like you're going crazy and you're going around in a circle and like, am I really guilty? And you start questioning your own sense of pride, your own sense of dignity, your own sense of self, right? Another thing that will happen in a narcissistic abuse with love bombing involved is they will basically try to discard you, but they don't really mean it. Here's what I mean is like they'll say things like, I'm going to end this relationship if you do X, Y, Z, right? And if you bite at that, they'll get mad, but then they'll try to slowly convince you to come back to them, right? So what will happen is they'll bite at disregarding the relationship. They want to tell you that they'll end the relationship if you don't do that, this and that, right? While this is a choice to you and to them, it might be in moments that seem very abrupt or chaotic or dramatic or confusing because something's not going your way or their way, Something's not going their way. So if they have an argument with you and you're continuing to have the same argument, typically you're going to notice when you're with a narcissist or with a someone that loves bombs in a narcissist, you have to coddle their emotions. And typically here's what happens. This is the best way that I can explain this, guys. When you're dealing with a narcissist, they actually believe the story that's in their head. You can say things like, I've had these conversations with you before and you've never been open to me about it. And they literally will believe their own story, even though you have had the conversations with them. They will literally believe that you never have had that conversation with them. The mind here, guys, the mind is a powerful thing. This is why they say you can't argue with a narcissist. You can't argue with these people because they really, truly believe their story and they'll convince everybody else about their story. Okay. So they'll find people to kind of brush their ego and come on their side a lot. Instead, someone that's not a narcissist will just move on with life and really just move on to bigger and better things and really not play on the dramatics as well, and needs that extra crowd to be by their back, right? And so you'll notice when things don't go their way, they're very abrupt, they're very chaotic, they're very dramatic in the way that they might exit, or they might choose to converse with you if something's not going their way. And they make you believe that you truly probably didn't say something, right? So this is very, very important to understand. And this is where, as a good person, you could also get lost and start questioning your own reality. Did I really say it? But stand in your truth. When you know you've really spoken about something or done something, and you know something is a value of yours, you know something's true to be you, you have to stand your ground. But also, too, there's no room for arguing with this person. You've got to navigate around it, and there's really no compromise. So another thing that a narcissist will do is, if they find that they can't be around you all the time, they'll try to check on you every once in a while. They'll be very overbearing. So for example, what they'll say to you is, "Oh, I just felt like you were mad at me, like because you haven't talked to me all day." When all of a sudden the last day you had a great time with them, right? So they choose to pick these hovering moments for you because of their own anxiousness. And because with a narcissist, they have to play this, it's not an act because it is part of who they are, but they have to play this role of ego. And it comes a lot from ego, where they don't even see the separation. And so what happens here is they'll start to check on you often. And it's kind of like they'll have various manipulation tactics that kind of just suck you into them to kind of reel you back into their drama of "Oh no, sorry, sweetie, I've just been out. Oh, I thought something happened to you. You should be calling me because I get worried about you when you're driving out there." And you're just every day you drive to work, right? You see what I mean? It's just those little things they'll pick up on and take and try to manipulate them to make you feel bad so they don't look crazy. And then they're just hovering over you, but really because they wanted to make sure you got back safe. But that's not the truth, right? So what's really important to understand is, when you're a victim of narcissistic abuse, I've been there. Narcissism is huge, actually, in life. I just want to disclose something, though. We have to be very careful with who we call a narcissist. More than ever these days, we're just blaming someone just because they're narcissist because maybe one person manipulated you and they're a narcissist. No, just because someone doesn't manipulates you doesn't mean that they're a narcissist. You have to understand that narcissists have a hard time showing emotion, have a hard time showing empathy. Covert narcissists, which I will have a video about as well, they do show empathy, but to a very minimal, and I'll go into that a little bit more in that video. But here, they'll show empathy when it's something with them involved, but it's kind of like a fake empathy. You can definitely feel it because they don't know how to do it. Their questioning is not there, and they always bring it back to their story or bring it back to them. The narcissists require a lot of attention as well. Narcissists love to talk about themselves. Narcissists that are also in this love bombing stage, it can happen in friendships, it can happen in relationships, it can happen outside of your romantic and intimate relationships as well. So if you want to know if you are in a toxic relationship and going through this, I really would love to help you a little bit further. I have something completely free for you. It's my 9 Signs You're in a Toxic Relationship ebook. Click the link below so you can download that ebook and find out if you are in a toxic relationship and then what to do after and find that support. All right, guys, as always, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to download that free ebook, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.